What's up, skate gang? How y'all doing? Sam the Dingus, you know, just being a buffoon. I'll be on that natural crackhead energy, sober, pretty much. Doesn't matter really. Well, I come here with exciting news. Well, as you know, hills are the main thing that I like to do on skateboards. It's more fun to me than anything. I just love the feeling of cruising, you know, get that speed. So what I've been told for a while now is that skateboards are actually not the best tool for the job if hills are what you like, but in fact, a longboard slash cruiser, which, if you didn't know, is what I have right here. This is my second day having it, but I didn't get to use it because it was raining on the first day, and I'm told that rain fucks your shit up nicely. Also, here, nice cool little space design. I wanted something trippy. So, today's adventure is to test out the longboard, see what it's all about. I'm told it goes way faster, but it's way better. So we'll see. Is faster better? Is fast too much? Who knows? But I figured I should find out. So I got this here longboard. I'm gonna start off with small ass hills, just kind of re-get the entire feel of it, because I assume this will be totally different feeling than my normal board. Now I'm just going back to some hills that I found like one or two shred videos ago. I was in Brooklyn just looking through some back roads, and I found some nice smooth hills out by some cow fields. That's where I'm about to hit back up and take my board down it for the first time. What up? I know you have no idea how long that was, but just spent a lot of time driving around for nothing because I could not find my original hill spot, and that makes me very sad. So I was gonna just go back to my home just so I can hit it in a controlled environment, get some longboard practicing. But I did see a hill along the way, so I want to hit that first. It looks like an alright hill for starts. A little bit rough on the pavement, but first longboarding, this hill has potential. Here it is. I know you can't really see scale, but I'm just going to go a little bit up at first because I'm literally going to take this step by step because I have no idea what a longboard is going to be like. Alright, this hill isn't really steep. It goes up a decent ways longer. But for now, I'm just going to take it right here, just for starts. Okay. Test run of the longboard is very successful. It definitely has a different feel to it. I don't know if I like it better just yet, but I can feel that it's unique. I can tell that this thing will go super fast on other hills, especially if they're smoother. Also, it steers very nicely, and it carries the momentum for very well. This thing as a cruiser is legitimate, like a legitimate form of transportation. Like this one little hill carried me like way past here, and I could have kept going. I want to see how the pedaling is like, you know, even just on flat ground. Can I get this thing moving? Alright, my pedaling, steering on it isn't so sharp. For me, the balance of it feels very sensitive still. Like it's a very thin, like, rod in the middle of it that I feel the balance stays on. That being said, I've only ridden this board twice now, so I'm going to just go up all the way on this hill. I can tell that this thing will go pretty fast, but I should be able to handle this hill at the very least. Just try not to get hit by cars coming behind me while I'm still a virgin with the steering. This is a lot of fun. Here are my opinions so far. For transportation, this is a legitimate prospect. I love the way it carried me all the way out to here. My other board would never do that, especially on this concrete. but it's designed for traveling. It works for that. Now, for me, now I am new to this board, so I'm not going to totally judge it yet, but for me, this board feels a bit touchy, like a bit sensitive to the steering, and when you're going fast down a hill, that might be a bit scary, because you might start sliding all over the place. For me, it's a little bit harder to control at this point, but then again, I've been practicing on my other board for a long time. It feels very stable, but at the same time, with that touchy steering, it's prone to being quickly unstable. So I think obviously this longboard has great potential. I'm just gonna need some more practice before I really appreciate it. Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't shitting my pants about this one. So I just went back to my home, back to some more local hills, because I just want some nice controlled environments. This is one of the best hills we got. It's not a really long hill, it's not even really steep, but this concrete is, ooh, so smooth. It just carries you all the way through. Even on regular skateboards, whenever we're done, we go all the way out to the barn. So basically, I'm just trying to see if I can die on this longboard. Because, you know, I've only completed this hill once, and that was pretty scary. Normally I get speed wobbles and have to bail out, but this is going to go even faster. I'm kind of worried about that, especially if it gets wobbles. So I'm just going to literally restart this hill from the very ground, work my way up, just make sure I got it. I also just tightened the trucks. That may help with the steering problem. Positives and negatives. The ride itself is amazing. Negative is that if it gets too intense and I have to go, it's a problem, because this shit is going to be zooming with no resistance. And I'm being very careful not to get injured right after I quit my job to go to Virginia for 3 months, okay, to fight. So careful is more than anything. I'm more than happy to just stick to my other board for now, but I did buy this thing, so I'm gonna use it. Baby steps, like I said. That tree and that rock right there, it's where I started from last. Now I'm just gonna move it to this big tree right here. Just another 40 feet-ish, 30 feet. We'll see how the speed is. Everything is going well so far. Nothing crazy. This is the tree that I just started from. Now I'm going a little farther up just to get on top of this first hill. When I finish this next drop, I'll only have one spot left to do it from, which is atop that little mound there. And then I'll have done the whole hill. Whoa. Here comes the speed. Okay, well, either just from getting practice on the board already, or from tightening the trucks, or just from not being a little girl, it looks like this is going pretty well, and I may be completely mistaken about longboards. This looks like the new way to do it. But that being said, we'll see how it goes after I finish the top of this hill. Once I do the top of the hill, that's when in theory I could experience speed wobbles, because that's when I've gotten it with my other board. Like I said, I've completed this hill once, but if I get it with this thing, and it's as easy as it seems like it's gonna be, then I'll be like, this longboard is definitely a good investment. So I'm hoping I really ride this one out. Let's check it. Honestly, I'm pretty sure tightening the trucks is all I needed to do to get it to, you know, be the way I like it. Tighter might be even better, but I think because the wheels are so wide, that's what makes it feel so stable to me. And a huge board helps, but it really feels like I'm not going anywhere. So now for the real test. All right, now I'm gonna hit up a neighboring hill, which I also recently completed, called Old Canterbury. However, I am gonna do this one more time because that was smooth and fun. So, see you at the top. I'm back after all of 3 seconds. Well, I mean, a jump cut is probably even less than that. So, like I said, I'm back at a neighboring hill. Now, this is a hill that I actually used to think was pretty extreme looking, pretty awesome. But now looking at it, I'm not so impressed because I know I can handle it. So, I would say though that this one is different than the others for a particular reason. It is a much longer hill than the other one. Maybe even a little steeper, but it's definitely longer, and this concrete isn't as good. Now this means a lot of things. I think that this might be too fast to clear with a longboard. This is a hill that I've done twice on my skateboard, and it's actually not bad. I don't get wobbles or anything. It feels pretty well controlled, even with all this shit concrete. That being said, because there's so much time to accumulate a ridiculous amount of speed, and this being a longboard, I'm curious as to if I'll be able to do this without dying. So I'm basically gonna do it all again. Just gonna restart the process, checking it out bit by bit, make sure I can handle it, and then we'll try and get the whole hill if I can. So I'm starting from this big ass tree here. That should be a good starting point. That gets you through, like, it gets you speed into the really sharp part of the hill, which is actually near the bottom. Up near the top, it's not so bad. So this will give me a good idea of what it's gonna feel like without probably killing me. Well, that felt pretty nice. As expected, feels pretty stable. Nothing to worry about with wobbles yet, so let's just take it up some more, you know? Maybe we'll just amp it up all the way. We'll see. Okay, made it to my spot. So, this is the last checkpoint before the top of the hill. That big tree, there's two big trees right there. That's where I started. That one. So now I'm taking it all the way up here. This concrete segment in between is pretty rough. So it kind of serves as speed bumps, like a little speed check. So, you know, there's only really so fast you can go on this hill, because no matter what, you have to pass through this spot, and that'll check your speed a little bit. So once it gets past there though, it's free to go. And you know, I want to see how fast this thing goes. It's pretty nice to be fearless going over crack with a board like this. Alright, well, that's the last test I need to do. I'm ready to try the entire hill. Old Canterbury and Exley could be both completed on two different boards for me. And that's nice. I've already come a long way since I just started skating. For me, I really like this board because it feels like it's about to start getting too fast to control. Like I'm about to start shaking, and then it just glides out smooth. I love it. Now this is what I call a hill. From the top, Old Canterbury. Alright, well that concludes this little adventure. It is what I would call it, a little adventure. This is mostly just like testing the waters on my longboard, seeing what it's all about. I will be taking my longboard to some other good hills soon. Since now I've done 2 of my favorite local hills. That thing checks out. The longboard is definitely a pass. That thing is nice. I'm going to kill many, many hills with it. I was worried it was going to be like overwhelmingly quick and hard to control, but it's ideal so far. That being said, I haven't had to deal with the intense end of its effects yet, so we'll see what happens when we get there. But for now, I'm going to go do some training. I got a fight coming up, so I got to get to work. All y'all, keep having fun out there. I love you. Especially you. You, yeah, I know you're watching this. Especially you. Peace.